All right, welcome back to Golf Subpar with Colt, Knost, and Drew Stoltz, getting you ready for the second major championship of the season, the PGA Championship at Quail Hollow. And as always, this episode is brought to you by the Fanatics Sportsbook. Golf season's peaking, and our partners at Fanatics Sportsbook are running an awesome promotion with 5-Iron Golf. If you opt in and bet $25 or more on the outright winner of this week's major, from May 12th through May 15th, you'll be eligible to get a $100 gift card to 5-Iron. First 1,000 people to enter will qualify, so get your bets in quick. You'll also earn fan cash on your bets with Fanatics Sportsbook, win or lose, to spend on the new team merch or bonus bets. Download Fanatics Sportsbook app to begin. Must be 21 years and older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Connecticut residents call 888-789-7777. Massachusetts residents call 800-327-5050. New York residents call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Maryland residents visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app for limitations. All right, Sleeves, before we get going here on the PGA Championship, the truest championship up at Philly Cricket Club, a.k.a. the house that Sleazy built.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people call it that. Thank you.
Well, I have to congratulate you. You obviously knew the golf course very well because your bet of the week was Sepp Straka to go out there and play well, and damned if he didn't win the whole damn thing.
Of course, I bet him top 10. Could have just gone out on a limb and bet him to win the whole kit and caboodle. But yeah, I mean, the course did play a little bit different than, when we played it. It was soft. I mean, that first day, Colt, when they went out there, I was like, oh boy, here we go. There's going to be a 25 under type of situation. Luckily, we got a little weather the next few days. We got some wind. It made it tougher. I really would be curious to see, because it's not quite long enough. Just like Rory said, he's like, this course would be incredible if the ball just went a little bit shorter. It can't quite hold these guys. Not many can, but I would love to see it if they had beautiful weather leading up and dry conditions and got it firm and bouncy and stuff. Those greens, which are kind of like the main defense, Colt, you see like 5-footers that break multiple cups, that you really only find on like old school Northeast courses. If those are firm and fast, I think it could have challenged them a little bit. But I think all in all, I mean, you were up there, you got to see the place. It sounded like everybody agrees. Like, I wish we played more stuff that looked like this.
Yeah, it's cool. Old school golf course. The long guys like Rory said, I'm going to blast it. I'm just going to send driver. I can cover all these bunkers. And the first day we saw it. And then the second day, they had a lot of rain. It was cooler. The ball wasn't traveling. And the golf course honestly played the way it's supposed to. It's just you had to have Mother Nature come into play to have it play that way. The bunkers were obviously a lot more in play. And then Saturday, the wind blew rather hard and saw guys struggle out there. I mean, other than Hideki Matsuyama, who shot 63 and was the low round by 3 on Saturday, not many went crazy low. And Sunday was great conditions, and there still wasn't a ton of low scores. It was difficult, but Sepp Straka, man, he just keeps getting better and better. His 4th win on the PGA Tour. This is by far his biggest one. To win a signature event, beat his good buddy Shane Lowry and Ryder Cup teammate coming down the stretch. But I tell you what, Sleaze, this European team, they are locked and loaded right now. We got so many of them playing good. I know it's going to be tough up there at Bethpage, but they seem to have quite the squad.
I mean, Sepp was a guy that was kind of like a back half guy for sure, but maybe, one of the last few guys on that European team last time. Now you got to start putting Sepp Straka in like a totally different category. I mean, he's ever since he went to John Tillery, dude, he's been so good. His iron play is second in the world behind Scotty. He drives it straight. He's gotten a little bit longer, which if you're going to knock one thing, it'd be like, hey, he's not the longest guy in the world, but he's so damn good with everything else. 2 wins now on the year. Took him 168 starts to get 2 wins at the start of his career. Now he's done it twice in 12 events. And there's a bunch of them. I mean, look at that. Just look at the front page of that leaderboard. I'm not saying that place is Bethpage, but I mean, you got Fleetwood, Rory, Lowry. I mean, who else was up? There's a bunch of them up there. I feel like the second half of that European team has gotten way stronger than it was before, and we've struggled with them even before that happened.
Yeah, it was. It's interesting to see how good they are playing right now, and I think those odds are just going to continue to fall because I don't know who's going to be on that American team. Obviously, I think Justin Thomas solidified his spot on there. He's up to 3rd in the rankings, playing some really good golf, finishing runner up there at Philly Cricket Club. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. But first things first, we got to talk about the second major of the year. And going back to last week, Sepp wasn't the only one that played a little golf, Sleaze. I was out at the beautiful Marion Golf Club, which has hosted so many great championships. The course is unbelievable. But my whole life, on my clubs, I have one grip and one grip only, and that is Golf Pride, because Golf Pride has been the leader in golf grip innovation and technology for over 75 years. They revolutionized the industry with the innovation of the rubber slip-on grip and have continued to push the bounds of grip performance and technology ever since. Golf Pride has won more major championships than any other grip brand, and more than 80% of tour pros choose to play their grips, and not a single one is paid to do so. The all-new Align Max features raised ridge technology that fits the natural contours of your hands, promoting more consistent placement of your hands on the grip for a more repeatable swing every time. And don't forget about your putter. Golf Pride's reverse taper putter grips are engineered with a slightly larger lower section to stabilize both hands for a more square-faced impact. Available in 3 distinct shapes and sizes, there is a reverse taper for you regardless of your gripping style. Check out golfpride.com to upgrade your grips and experience the performance trusted by the pros. Performance in your hands with Golf Pride, the #1 grip in golf worldwide. Slade's Marion, though, by the way, was incredible. I was a little banged up from the night before. We had a little too much fun, but went around there, 6,800 yards from all the way back, but it is a beast of 6,800. Fired a little 73 at him. Not my best, not my worst, but it was an awesome day out there.
Yeah, that place is one that I haven't played that's on my short list, and because of what you just said, 6,800. Yet it's still challenging. They give you some short holes, they give you some long holes, kind of a little bit like Philly cricket. Like there's some. I mean, how about the par 3 difference that they had out there one day? 95 yards to the hole. What is it? Shortest in PGA Tour history, not counting major championships, right?
Yep.
Because LA Country Club had the little baby on, that front right pin location. But you got 95 yards, then you turn around, you got 250 yards, and then you got two. They could play the other ones like kind of wherever they want, and they move them every day, and you get to hit 4 different clubs on par 3s, which I think is a testament to a good design. I think there's so much new stuff, dude, like where it's 220, 230, 225. It's just like, how long can we make it, and stretch these things where guys are just hitting 4 irons. And there's not any par 3s that you'd look at on the PGA Tour that are long and be like, that's one of the best ones. It seems like they're all short. So I love that. Love that about Marion. 73, very respectable. Saw you got out there and went to, what was that restaurant you went to that everybody's telling you to go to?
Saloon.
There you go.
Okay, let me tell you, one of the best meals I've ever had, Sleaze, and I've obviously had some good ones. But this place was highly recommended on social media, and we went there, myself, Smiley, and a couple others, and we had a time. The food was fantastic. And, we bag on social media a lot because things can go wrong out there. People aren't the nicest on there at all times. But I put on Instagram that I was at Saloon, took a picture of the menu. This guy DMs me. He says, I'm glad you listened to me. That was one of my recommendations. When you get there, he goes, ask for Amy to be your server. And when the check comes, flip it over, write such and such and such and such on the back. Dinner's on me and my buddy tonight. And I'm like, whoa, wait. No, is this for real? So anyways, it happened to be we were already sitting at dinner. Amy was our waitress. Okay. And come to find out, this place is like old school. Like I feel like it's ran by the mob. They do accounts there. So it's like, hey, you just go in there, you got a little account, you settle up at the end of the month. He's like, just flip it over, write this on the back, you'll be good. Show it to Amy. He's like, she goes, how do you know these two people? And I'm like, well, I don't. They follow me on Twitter. Never met them in my life. She goes, this is wild. She goes, by the way, they're serious. That's our friend, and the other guy's my boyfriend. But so yeah, dinner's on them tonight. I hope everything was great. But shout out to those guys. You know who you are. I know you listen to the show. Thank you so much for dinner. It was incredible. So I will say, I was going to talk about, getting zoned in, Sleaze, from our friends over at Zone Nicotine. And I'll tell you who was zoned in. It was the fans of Philly. They brought it, Sleaze. I knew I was going to get heckled a little bit going around there. They didn't disappoint. Most of them, believe it or not, were actually rather nice.
And look, a couple of them picked up your dinner.
Yeah.
An expensive dinner, by the way. As soon as that text comes through, message comes through, be like, oh, just got a little bit thirsty. Sorry to the waitress. If this is your boyfriend, he's going to be a little light. Good on you. Don't throw the names out. We don't want the whole city eating free. But good people up there in Philly. I know Jordan Speed talked about it. He's like, I heard more Go Birds this week than I've ever heard in my life. And by the way, there was only 15,000 of them out there on that golf course. Like, that's not many. But dude, if you're ever going to yell it, it's a good time. They're pretty good. They don't look like they're taking a step back. There's not a lot you can say back to it when they're the defending Super Bowl champs.
No, you can't. They were zoned in all week. I had a lot of fun with them. Most of them, like I said, were super nice, just wearing me out. Come on, give me a Go Birds. Give me a Go Birds. I'm like, I'm not doing it. Okay. I got a lot of, how about them Cowboys?
Should have given them a Go Birds.
No way.
Cross your fingers.
It didn't just stop at the golf course, Sleaze. Happened to be the great Chris Stapleton and the King George Strait were also in town on their tour on Saturday night over at Lincoln Financial Field. Man, what a time. So I got to be honest. I was rather zoned in with all the wonderful fans up there in Philly. I do not like the Eagles. I will not root for them. But all in all, it was a great experience. I've not spent much time in that city, but I really enjoyed it. And we'll be back next year for the PGA Championship at Aronimink.
Yeah, good spot. So much good golf around there. Did you get it in the cheesesteak game? They got that one up there. I think they brought it to the players. This Angelo's. I tried to go there for the 4-ball last year. It's like, oh, you got to get there 2.5 hours or whatever before if you ever want to eat. And I was like, well, okay, it's probably not worth that. But they brought it out to the players. You get a little nibble.
They brought us some to the compound as well. I'll be honest, a Philly cheesesteak before I have to go out there and walk for 3 hours.
It's a good idea.
Is a little dangerous. I'm not willing to risk that, but I did try some cheesesteak throughout the week, a couple of different kinds, just little samples here and there. I'm a big fan. Very good. One of the things they have up there that's just a little different, that's not just your traditional cheesesteak, the cheesesteak egg rolls.
Yes.
And they put a little spicy ketchup or sriracha ketchup. Yes. Big fan of that.
They got those at the course. The course at the food's phenomenal. They got those at the golf course, and it's not because you don't need like a whole cheesesteak. You know what I mean? Just like
they're huge.
I want a little taste, and you can have it, and you don't have to have all of it. But food up there, so good. So good. Yeah. Shout out to Philly Cricket. They showed up nicely. And the golf course, all in all, given how wet it was and stuff, held up really nice too. So I thought it was a good show for them.
Yeah, they stepped up, you know, when they needed a golf course, because obviously the PGA Championship this week is at Quail Hollow, which is normally host to the Truist. But it was awesome to be up there. Stayed in downtown. Four Seasons is just a joke. Beautiful place. I still do not like the Eagles or hate the Eagles any less or any more. I'm consistent with that. But you find people of Philly, I enjoyed you for a few days. But I was with Jordan, like the Go Birds. I'm like, okay, I've had enough. I got to get out of here.
That's a lot. That's their thing. Did you see the Rocky Monument? Also
yes,
important. Important. Did you jog the steps?
No,
Shadow
I didn't.
Box?
Really didn't have enough time, but I had a beautiful view of it actually from my hotel room.
Oh, nice. Nice. Right there in the mix. The downtown is pretty cool. Got some historic shit down there. You know what I mean? We don't have a whole lot here in Phoenix. I got some stuff.
No,
Liberty Bell.
All right,
Ever heard of it?
Let's dive a little bit into this PGA Championship. I think, you know, coming in with all of the top players playing so well and what happened at the Masters, like I think this is one of the most anticipated major championships we've had in quite some time at an awesome golf course in a great city in Charlotte, North Carolina. But you look at what Rory just did. Scotty coming off a Justin Thomas coming off a win, won the PGA here in 2017. Bryson just won on Live and has been playing great in the major championships. Joaquin Niemann won again. I mean, so many. Xander, the defending champion, just continues to get better and better. Seth Straka, a top 10 player in the world now. Like, so many guys are playing so well. This has the making of being all time. But like Pacquiao Mayweather, I hope it doesn't fall flat.
Yeah, and like we have these narratives that get built up all the time before majors. This guy, that guy. We try to work it in, and rarely does it shake out like that on Sunday. I think the Masters was a bonus this year where we actually got Rory and Bryson in the same group. Turned out to be a very entertaining Masters, but it wasn't Bryson that was the one doing the challenging. I think this week we're going to get... The only thing we were missing at the Masters was Scotty. I'd be hard-pressed to believe that if Scotty Scheffler ain't playing a role on Sunday afternoon at Quail Hollow. And this golf course, Colt, like I've said it a number of times, if I had to pick one, this is prior to the Masters or anything, golf course where I like Rory McIlroy more than anywhere in the world, it would be Quail Hollow. You know what else I like Rory McIlroy on? Long, wet conditions. He's run away and hide from people in major championships in those conditions. And that's exactly what they're going to get this week. I mean, you're there right now. Isn't it pounding?
It's been dumping all day. It is currently 2:45 local time on Monday. It has been raining all day. It's not supposed to stop all day. No fans allowed at the golf course today. Some guys are out there playing and practicing. As far as I know, they haven't shut down the course as far as the players being allowed out there, but no fans. If you had a ticket for today, I know you can use it either Tuesday or Wednesday, but there's a good chance of storms tomorrow and Wednesday as well. So it's going to be soft. I believe they do have sub air around Quail Hollow, so they can get the greens going a little bit, but it's disappointing, man. I wanted it to be firm. I wanted it to be hot. I wanted these massive crowds, great crowds they get out here in Charlotte to be out there. And the good news is, though, Thursday through Sunday, the weather looks pretty good. It's going to be warm. I just don't know if we're going to have enough time to dry it out with all this rain. But you mentioned Rory McIlroy. I mean, he already owns this golf course. as it is. I mean, he's a member here. Legit. That's not a joke. He actually is a member here. He's won 4 times, like 13 top 10s. Nobody plays this place better. He's 52 shots better than anybody else since he first played here in 2010. Everything points for Rory McIlroy to have a great week. I know he feels very comfortable around this golf course, and he's going to be tough to beat, I think, this week.
And with the lines that he takes off the tee, which is one of his huge advantages, I would argue Bryson, maybe there's one or two others that can kind of challenge those dog legs the same way he does. It makes it a lot easier, Colt, to take those on and to hit the fairway if the ball is not bouncing in the fairway, right? You're coming in from different angles. Like, it can be hard to jump through in the rough all of a sudden if the greens get firm. I think they can firm up those greens, like you said, with the sub air and make those at least have a little bit of bounce. But if the ball's hitting, landing, and stopping in the fairway, huge advantage for, I'd say, both Bryson and Rory, just because they can take lines that really, like, very few people can. So it's setting up to be, especially since he's coming off the Masters win and the pressure, quote unquote, is off. Like, I don't think you could line him up better for Rory McIlroy than what he's got this week.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he played great by any last week. He would tell you that as well. Still finished tied for 7th. So I think he'll be ready to go. Good thing is, the weather's terrible here. He left Philadelphia last night. Good news, when you have a private jet, you can go wherever you want. Went home to Florida where it's not raining. Going to get a little bit of practice and then head up here, I believe, tomorrow. Obviously doesn't need to see this golf course. Wants to play some holes on it, I'm sure, just to see how it's playing. But getting some work in at Florida where the weather is good. And then he'll come up here and get ready to go and try to win another major championship. Try to win the first 2 legs of the Grand Slam in 2025. It's going to be an unbelievable week. And you mentioned Bryson DeChambeau. I mean, his last 2 times at Quail Hollow, he's finished 4th in 2018, tied for 9th in 2021. 2021 is actually, remember, when he thought he missed the cut, played in the morning on Friday, flew back to Dallas, and then landed and realized, oh, shit, I'm going to be playing this weekend. Got back on the bird, another good reason to fly private, and was here in time to play on Saturday and Sunday. Ended up top 10ing.
Happened to me a million times.
All the time.
A million times. I was always taking the plane home. Be like, oh, shit, I made it. Good thing he played good on the weekend. That's just to cover the gas money for firing that thing up, a couple extra legs. But yeah, it's he's going to be a force. He's been a factor in the last 4 major championships. We got a lot of good storylines going in. And Rory, in terms of like how he played at the Truist Colt, I don't know how you feel, but like after the Masters, I was like, well, I put zero stock virtually into whatever he does prior to the PGA. I think he's on a honeymoon tour right now. He's having a great time. He's enjoying it until he gets fully locked back in at a major championship this week. Like, I don't know. I thought it was pretty good, honestly, given that all that's gone on, and he didn't even play well, didn't putt well, really, and still was, what did he finish? 12th, that you said?
7th.
7th. There you go. Even better. Played not good, easy top 10.
Yeah, the only thing I noticed when I walked with him on Saturday was he drove it really poor. Like, he only hit 3 fairways on Saturday. At one point, 6 of the ones he missed were all left, and then the last 3 to end the day were all to the right. So kind of all over the place with the driver, which is what we normally don't see from Rory McIlroy. I mean, he is the best driver of the golf ball on the planet. That's one of the reasons he plays so well around Quail Hollow. But still, you look at the big difference in him this year, and it's the putting. He's a top 10 putter on the PGA Tour. Last week, he was 5th in that field in putting on greens that were very fast and had a lot of undulation. Quail Hollow, very fast and a lot of undulation. So I'm not just handing the trophy to Rory McIlroy, but there's a reason he's the co-betting favorite at most places. I think at our wonderful friends over at the Fanatics Sportsbook, we have Rory McIlroy as the 2nd betting favorite, just barely behind Scotty Scheffler. But like I said, I'm pumped for this week, man. Get this rain out of here. Get the sun shining. We're going to have some nice scenery out there. And, you get some big, rowdy crowds around Quail Hollow.
It's a phenomenal venue for a major championship. It's big, great fans, good stuff to do around there. Little Selwyn Pub. Shout out Selwyn Pub, the home, apparently, of the transfusion. Expect you to get after that. Well, I think there's other. I don't know how you make that official. What, do you just claim it? We're the first one ever.
It's their drink. Like, that's what they're known for. Their cups have pictures of transfusions on the side. They do the crushed ice. They have their normal transfusion. Then they have the healthier one. Doesn't have as much sugar in it as well, so you can get a little transfusion light. Crushed ice, styrofoam cup, nothing better. I've already texted my man Crafty over there, the bartender. He's ready for us to go. Stanford Steve actually just texted me. He goes, sell one tonight? I'm like, Steve, I don't know if you know this. It's outdoors. It's poured down rain. I don't think it'd be the best night for Selwyn Pub. But
it won't be crowded, though, on the positive side. Not crowded. You huddle up
That
under
is
a
true.
little umbrella, you and Stanford. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Just having a little
I,
time, drinking trannies.
I think I'll have to have him hold it because I'm not tall enough to get it all the way
Yeah,
over his head. He's a massive dude.
he'd struggle. He would struggle to get under it there. But yeah, going to be a great week. Tell you a guy we haven't really touched on a whole lot leading up that, I mean, is going to get a lot of attention. I feel like Justin Thomas. He was close this past week again. He's got 2 runner-ups and a win in his last 4 starts, 6 top 10s on the year, and a golf course that he's won at before, by the way, too. Like, we got a lot of potential for a really cool leaderboard come Sunday.
Well, let me tell you another guy don't sleep on. That's the defending champion, Xander Schauffele, who's got 4 straight top 20s coming off of injury. He finished second the last 2 times around Quail Hollow, was in the final pairing both days. This is where the whole Dottie Pepper is my kryptonite thing happened, which led to Not Today Dottie when he hoisted the Wanamaker last year at Valhalla. You know, no one's gone back-to-back at the PGA since Brooks Koepka in 2018, 2019. I like Xander, man. He's coming in under the radar, defending champion. He's given all the past champions a nice little gift, a humidifier and some nice cigars. I just telling you, I think he's in a nice spot right now to just quietly go about his business and be there come Sunday.
I got a lot of feelings about Xander Schauffele this week. Should we get into some of our bets for the week? Because I think we got a handful this week. We always have our, marquee bet. But I'm going to save it if we're going to push that down the road because there may or may not involve Xander.
All right, well, let's get to it. You're coming off a win with Sepp
sir.
Straka on your top 10 bet over at our friends at Fanatics Sportsbook. Make sure you go download the app so you can follow along with us. We're going to give you a few extra ones this week to see if we can really cash in at the PGA Championship. All right, I'm going to give you a couple of my extra ones, Sleaze, to start.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you the main one that I want to focus on that I'm all about, okay? But I'm going to do a little same game parlay for you here, okay? I picked 3 guys to finish top 20.
Okay.
Okay. And it pays out plus 925. So nice little payday if this happens to hit, which I think it's going to. You mentioned Justin Thomas. Check. He's in there. Top 20. Xander Schauffele. Mentioned him. He's also in there. And then the other guy that all he does is play well. He's going to win at some point. He is the king of birdieing the 72nd hole to finish top 10, top 5, whatever it is. All I need to do is have him finish top 20, but that is Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood, Xander Schauffele, Justin Thomas, all finished top 20. That's plus 925 over nice. Fanatics.
And yeah, like some of these guys like Justin Thomas is going to be popular, but if you're like don't want to bet him to win outright or top 10 because the juice just isn't there, even on a top 20, stack a few of these guys up that you love, just like this. I mean, plus 900 something for that. Yeah, I like those guys. I mean, Tommy Fleetwood, man, I'm always pretty much pro-American Colt and majors, Ryder Cup, all that stuff. But the guy needs a dub, dude. He's been so good for so long. His golf swing looks perfect. Just 1 week, things got to tip over for him, I feel like.
Yeah, nobody top 10s more than him. And he's also just the nicest guy in the world. Like, he was on our Sirius XM show during the Pro-Am last week, and he's just so kind. I just love talking to him. He's fun. He's funny. It's hard not to root for that guy.
Yeah, I'm pulling for him, except for in September at Bethpage. Then I hope he gets the shanks. I'll give you one. I'll do one of my non-marquee bet of the week here too. We just spoke to this man. He had a very good week, especially the first 36 holes, and he's played really well around Quail Hollow in the times that he's played there. 2 top 10s in 4 starts out there. I'm going to take him for a top 20, which is almost plus 300, plus 295. Keith Mitchell, who drives the ball extremely well. Like I said, great track record at Quail and playing really good golf right now. And you're getting almost plus 300. I really like that bet.
Well, this just shows that we don't talk at all before the show because
Here we go.
I also have Keith Mitchell as a top 20 at plus 295 over at Fanatics. Yeah. I walked with him on Sunday. Didn't have his best stuff. He shot 1 over, ended up finishing tied for 7th though on a sponsor's exemption, which was huge. Also gave him $600,000 plus, which was nice, but he loves this golf course. He's a Southern boy. He's got the visor flowing out there, always dressed really nice. He's a perfect fit for Quail Hollow. Yeah, I love it. And almost plus 300. That's beautiful. Shout out to him last week. That was big on that sponsor's invite. That can change things. All right, so that was one of yours too. So there you go. Lined up on one. Take that. I got another one for you.
Give it to me.
This is a fun one. This one just jumped off the page at me when I was getting ready for the show. But played really good last week. Not at the Truist, but at Myrtle Beach. Okay, lost in a playoff. He's a member of Quail Hollow, sleeping in his own bed this week. Why not be top Canadian Mackenzie Hughes plus 350?
Top Canadian.
Yes.
Interesting.
Corey Connors is the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying this. Corey Connors is a stud. I mean, he is an ATM machine. Corey Connors and Taylor Pendrith are the other two top Canadians on there. There's 5 in the field total. They did not play very well around here in the President's Cup. So I'm going off that, just some history. And Mackenzie Hughes playing really well and knows the golf course as well as anybody. You give me plus 350 on him to be the low Canadian. I don't care if he finishes 40th, as long as he beats all the other ones. That right there, my friends, I like that one a lot.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna stay north of the wall here. Our friends up north, because it relates to that as well. I got Corey Connors with a top 20 at plus 200, which, by the way, both of those could hit.
Yeah.
Corey just finished 20th or better, and then Mackenzie maybe just one better. Then they both hit. But for all the reasons you said, I mean, ball striking. I know he did not play particularly well at the President's Cup, nor did Taylor Pendrith, but that's just like a different, I don't know if it's course or the course was going to play way different than it would this week, or just kind of President's Cup nerves and things like that. But it's just hard to see him having a bad ball striking week around this place. I mean, really never does. So plus 200 for a top 20 for him. I don't think that's too far out of the realm possibility.
All right, well, let's get to the main event, our favorite bet of the week for our friends out there that are following along on Fanatics Sportsbook. I'm going with my man, Justin Thomas. All I need is a top 10 out of you, dog. Plus 200, like you said, in his last 4 starts, 2 runner-ups and a win. The win being in a signature event at the RBC Heritage. But give me G, plus 200 to top 10.
I like it. It's a juicy burger. Kids playing some good golf. I got one more non-marquee bet just because we had an overlap on one. I'm also, for the record, going to take Hideki Matsuyama to top 20 at plus 165.
Okay.
Yes. Has not missed a cut in a long time at a major championship.
He was in the final pairing with Kevin Kisner at the 2017 PGA Championship on Sunday.
Back in the day. Did you get a peek at that leaderboard, by the way? It's a great leaderboard.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Things have changed a little bit. Okay. My bet of the week. You brought him up earlier. I love this bet. Okay. All my other bets have been top 20s. This one's a top 10. He's got 12 straight top 20s at major championships. Longest streak on the PGA Tour. Continues to get better week after week after week, coming off the injury. Plays great on this golf course. Xander Schauffele, top 10, plus 220.
Okay.
Send it.
Yeah. Listen, his major championship record is awesome. And obviously just won 2 last year. Defending champion. I know he's got a lot on his plate, but he loves this golf course, as you can tell from the results. I mean, back-to-back runner-ups at what is now the Truist Championship. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he does even better than that. I would, if he wins this week, I'd be like, yeah, I see it. He's trending.
Without question. And I think this is a place, Colt, like, you look back at past champions, obviously Rory's won a million times. He won 4 times around this place, loves it. Max won a couple times, Jason Day, Ricky Fowler, Lucas Glover. I don't think there will be like a surprise winner this week. Would you agree with that? Like maybe a first-time major champion or something like that, or some guy down the world golf rank. I just don't think this is a place that, I mean, you can bring up Derek Ernst, who won here back in the day. Remember that? I mean, is there a more just out of left field win in the history on a golf course like this where you like, there's no faking it around there in the history of golf than Derek Ernst at this place? Shout out Derek, by the way. Good playing that week.
That was the year the greens were a disaster here. A lot of guys withdrew because they got some kind of fungus and they were a mess. I believe he beat David Lynn in a playoff that year. But it's something like 11 of the last 13 PGA champions have been 35-1 or better to win. Yeah,
I just don't see a long shot here. And honestly, Colt, the only guy you can point to that is like not a long hitter, or at least doesn't carry it that far. Like Brian Harmon won here back in 2017. But I also think
different golf course.
That's going to be, yes, there's things have changed. And with the wetness this week, I don't see how you can do it with that either. So
it was actually a different golf course. It was at Eagle Point.
Oh, well, there you go. That makes more sense. Eagle Point suits Brian Harmon great. I love Brian if we go back to Eagle Point. I was just looking down the winners. I was like, oh, shit, Harmon won here? I don't even remember that.
Nope. When he won in 2017 when the PGA was obviously here. So they moved it then.
There you have it.
But Yeah. So just a little research there. No big deal. A little fact
He
that
did
gets in the
win
way
the
of a good
tournament.
story.
He did win the tournament. Just wasn't at Quail Hollow.
He did. All right. So you're going Xander. Top 10 is your favorite bet of the week. I'm going Justin Thomas. Top 10 is my favorite bet of the week. The PGA Championship is going to be awesome. Make sure you download the Fanatics Sportsbook app and follow along with us. Hope to make y'all some money this week. But the weather is heating up, and so is the gear. I just ordered some fresh t-shirts with our logos for summer, and now you can build your own lineup too at shop.golf.com. You call the shots. Choose your style, your favorite Juice logo, and your go-to brands. From polos and hats to hoodies and more, we've got the gear to match your vibe on and off the course. Tons of options, fully customizable with sweet Birdie Juice logos. I put on social media last week the t-shirts I got, Lululemon, fantastic. 3 different Birdie Juice logos. Been rocking them, getting a lot of nice compliments, Sleaze.
Whatever you like, they got it. That's the nice deal about this. You got a brand you like, pick it. Throw the logo on, bam. I got the little Birdie Juice hoodie right now. Lightweight, though. Versatile, agile, hostile.
All right.
That's what I am.
Well, don't wait. Head to shop.golf.com and snag yours now. All right, Sleaze. Well, obviously a major championship this week at Quail Hollow, the PGA. But starting this weekend, not the only show in town, the USGA 4-ball is back. You and Kitty heading up to New Jersey, Plainfield Country Club, trying to get that gold medal.
It's time. It's time. Like Matthew McConaughey says in Dazed and Confused, I keep getting older. They stay the same age. It seems like there's more and more college kids playing in these things every year. So we got to go get one. Have not played this golf course. I think you played it. They used to host the Barclays back in the day. Mm-hmm. Dustin Johnson won here. Jason Day. I feel like those games are very similar to mine, Colt. So it should be a golf course that suits me spectacularly. And yeah, we're going to head up there and give them hell. I like it. It looks to be like an old school kind of Northeast golf course in the same vein as like a Philly Cricket Club, which I really like. I'm hoping we get some rough, some firm greens. Weather looks like it's going to be solid out there. And dude, it's time. I mean, the clock's ticking here. Got to get one. I feel the same pressure that Rory felt at the Masters. Like my career is really not complete unless I can pick one of these off. So we're going to go battle.
It's pretty similar. I know you've been preparing for like days, maybe hours.
Yeah. Last week, I got a few rounds in. Gonna hit some balls this week. I'll be ready to go, dude. You know what I mean? We're a 1 practice round type of a team. So we'll play the secondary course just for the first time out there. And we'll see the main course a couple times. So hopefully just play our way into match play and then it goes from there. But looking forward to it. It's like the one tournament of the year that I really look forward to. It's fun to care. It's fun to compete. It's fun to have a partner out there, and we're going to have a hell of a good time one way or the other. Maybe there'll be some betting lines on that come out.
Well, it's always fun to follow along. We're going to wish you all the best of luck up there at Plainfield Country Club. Question, when y'all go, like, do y'all room together? You get your own rooms? How do y'all do this?
No. There'll be no rooming together. we have a lot of team chemistry, but it ain't that. They ain't that close. You know what I mean? The guys need their own space. We need our own room. This isn't the Jicks back in the day. So yeah, like we go out to dinners. Historically, we've had a couple buddies of ours that travel with us that caddy for us. Shout out to Mark and Jake Wichter. They've been phenomenal. They can't do it this year, so we got a couple locals up there. The director of golf set me up with a couple guys. But we've gone out to dinner with them. Like when we were in Philly last year, we kind of went to some cool places down there. And we like to have we don't go like out drinking and stuff like that, but we like to have, a nice night before you get up and go get after it. Some of the mornings start to creep up pretty damn early if you hang around later in the week.
Yeah, and remember, you're 3 hours ahead of where you are normally in Scottsdale. So
that's
prepare
correct.
properly.
That's correct. We have a 12 o'clock practice round and a 12 o'clock opening time on Saturday.
Oh, you already have your tee time?
Which is nice. Yeah, they got the times up.
What time do you play the second round?
Early, like 8 something. So late the first.
5 something Phoenix time?
Yeah, but at least I got 2 days to somewhat try to get on the clock, If it's first day, 8, that's a little bit of an issue. A little bit of an issue.
Well, I know you are not trusting the airlines to get your clubs up to Plainfield Country Club safely.
Did you see what they did to Billy Horschel this week? Lost
cool.
him. If it can happen to Billy, it can happen to anyone. I take no chances. They'll be going ship sticks like they always do. They'll be up there. They'll be waiting for me, ship them out the day before, boom, throw the label on them, white glove. It's the easiest thing in the world. We say it every week, but if you haven't done it, you travel, you play golf, even if you want to ship your luggage too and just bypass the whole checking situation, it makes things so much easier. You got to try our friends over at Shipsticks. Takes 2 seconds. You schedule the pickup. Stick on the label, you're done. Gear shows up right where you need it. No dragging bags, none of the stress. Hands down, the easiest way to travel with your clubs. Premium, hassle-free, extremely reliable. And right now, ShipSticks is offering our listeners 20% off your first shipment when you go to shipsticks.com and use the code Subpar20. Go to shipsticks.com, use the code Subpar20 to get 20% off your first shipment and save yourself the hassle this golf season. That's shipsticks.com. Make sure you use the code Subpar20 so they know we sent you. Billy, thoughts and prayers to those sticks. Hopefully they made it up to Denver.
No, they're going to be fine. Billy will get his sticks. And by the way, speedy recovery to Billy Horschel, who's going to be having some surgery that's going to take him out for a little bit. So always rooting for Billy to get back, get healthy, and get back to the PGA Tour. Another thing, Sleaze, I got to give a shout out. I promised I would do this, but I was at the concert on Saturday night, the King and Chris Stapleton. We were in the box for Codigo Tequila, made some nice new friends there. And I got to give a special shout out to my good friend. We're just going to go with the name Lo Mein. Her brother is a big fan of the show, but Lo Mein had a good time the other night drinking some Codigo. A lot of fun over there at Chris Stapleton and George Strait.
Lo Mein wins. That's what they say in football. You know what I mean?
Hey, and also pretty cool moment too when you're at Lincoln Financial Field, home of the Eagles, and George Strait sings "Cowboys Like Us." I actually really enjoyed that moment. I was waiting on those classy Philly fans to start booing the King.
He might be one of the only ones that's exempt from booing up there using the word Cowboys. I mean, Santa Claus can get it. Anybody can get it. I think they've had Hall of Fame inductions where they boo people before too. George Strait, 73 years old, dude. Selling
next
out
week.
Stadiums.
Turns 73 next week.
Seems to be playing somewhere every single week. I got to see him a couple times in Vegas. By the way, both shows were like very different because he has 100 songs that he could play. I mean, he's like the Bernhard Langer of the country game, dude. He just he ain't slowing down at all.
Beautiful voice, man. He's got so many songs like that. He played his classic. The song title's "Run." Oh my God, I forgot how just incredible that song was. But the King always putting on a show. He said he tweaked his back a little bit, so he just sat on the stool with the guitar. Said, "I'm not going to run around and dance like I normally do." He was kidding, but just sat on the guitar, and he brought it. And you know who else brings it, Sleaze? Enterprise Mobility.
They do.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about them?
They do. This episode's presented by Enterprise Mobility. The road to opportunity is often the road overlooked. That's why Enterprise Mobility offers new roads to help drive your business forward. With mobility solutions like fleet management, flexible truck rental, and an unmatched global network, they can help your business find the right solutions. Their mobility experts can find smarter ways to scale your business, so you're not just growing bigger, you're getting bigger. The more ways we all have to move forward, the further we'll go. Find your road at enterprisemobility.com. They do bring it.
They do.
They bring the noise.
We brought it this week, and I need you and Kitty to bring it up at the USGA 4-ball. The PGA Championship is going to be awesome, man. I'm so excited to cover it all 4 days. Get this rain out of here. Let's get this thing going. And also, I know you had just a blast up in Vegas recently with our friends over at Zone.
Oh, we had a hell of a time up there. 8 a.m. Invitational. Shout out to everyone that came up. Zone was in the building. We had some great interviews. They brought the race car out. Got to put the helmet on, see what that thing was all about. By the way, keep me the hell away from all that. We're going to be talking to our guy Kyle Busch here coming up soon. We'll maybe learn a little bit more about the race game, which you and I don't think we know a whole lot about it, but got to hit the blackjack tables with the boys too. Hell of a week. Shout out to Zone for all they do. They're spectacular. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale is prohibited. Introducing Zone nicotine pouches, the perfect balance of unparalleled comfort, longer lasting flavor, and nicotine that satisfies. Whether you're zoning in for an important putt or zoning out after a tough day at work, Zone gets you there faster and keeps you there longer. Available in 7 flavors and in 6 and 9 milligram strengths. Find Zone at zonepouches.com and retailers near you. Own your Zone with Zone nicotine pouches.
All right, well, man, that was a lot of fun getting y'all ready for the 2025 PGA Championship and the USGA 4-ball. And big news, I said it, I didn't completely hate Philly. I didn't hate my time while I was up there. The fans, very nice, very respectful. And we'll be seeing y'all up Philly, September 4th, Dallas Cowboys at Philadelphia Eagles to open the NFL season. Just announced today. I can't wait. It's going to be a tough first game for the boys. But all in all, great week. Congrats to Sepp Straka on his 4th PGA Tour win. Enjoy the PGA Championship, and we'll talk to you on next week's Subpar.